Okay. Welcome to the level one's rebirth class. If you want to turn your own music on, go ahead, feel free to do so. I'm gonna have everyone meet in a child's pose. Um, so go ahead and get settled in the back of your mat, knees wide, toes together, and then slowly start to begin to drop your chest down to the mat. And then once you're there, take a deep breath in and take a vocal exhale out of the mouth. Just kind of releasing. Start to focus in on your breath. Bringing the attention inward. Listening to the sound of your breath going in through the nose, out through the nose. As you slowly start to drop in, bringing your attention and awareness in, bringing it into the body, noticing what your body is feeling today. Any sort of achy, dull pains or tension. Start to bring the attention inward and bring it into those areas of sensation. Staying with your breath. Bringing the breath up from the lower belly into the rib cage, into the heart space. Fill up with oxygen. Feel the lungs expand and hold the air in. Hold it a little bit longer. And then on your exhale, control the breath out. Let it slow and steady. Let the chest deflate. Second rib comes down, then third, lower belly. Again, take a deep breath into the lower belly. Expand the lower belly as wide as you can, and then bring it up. Expand the rib cage. Let the rib cage come out to the sides. And then once the rib cage is full, bring the air up and fill up into your chest. Be full with oxygen, full. Fill up the lungs. Hold it. And exhale slower than you would like to. Let the chest deflate first. And the rib cage. And the lower belly. Feel the diaphragm really coming in. And then start to breathe regularly. But kind of keeping that 3-point breath. Bringing the belly, breath up from the lower belly, into the rib cage, into the chest. Which is one of my favorite breathing exercises because I feel like it really connects me to my breath and my body. Especially in moments of chaos, in moments of struggle or doubtful self-dialogue, you can always come back to the breath, always come back to this moment. When the mind is quiet, the body will talk. It'll tell you what it needs. You just have to listen. On your next inhale, lift the head up and walk your hands over to the right. Let your hands over to the right, bring the forehead back down. Breathing into the left side body here. Breathing into the left rib cage. Left shoulder. On your next inhale, pick the head up, walk the hands over to the other side, bringing the forehead back down, or you can place your right ear. Really feeling elongation in your right side, breathing into the right side body. On your next inhale, pick your head up, walk your hands back to center. Slowly start to walk your hands back towards the body. So here you're sitting on your feet. Knees are still wide, or if you did a closed leg child's pose. And just sit here for a moment, bring the hands to the heart space, bow the head down, and set some sort of intention for yourself. Maybe you've noticed that a lot of your intentions kind of interweave together. Maybe you're manifesting something that you're trying to bring into reality. Staying with that, repetitivity is everything. When we repeat something over and over again, it can only get better. It can only actually come to reality. So maybe you set the same intention every week, or maybe you go for a new one. Whatever it is, just have this moment right now to breathe into it. On your next inhale, release the hands. Coming up onto the knees, swing the feet in front of you, coming into a cross-legged seated position, and then bring the legs out in front of you. We're going to come into like a wide diamond shape here, but you can bring the feet closer together. The closer your feet are to your body, the more intense it will be. So you can make it as wide as a diamond or come into more of a butterfly. And then once you get the position of your feet, inhale your arms overhead, lengthening the spine here. And then exhale, folding forward, bringing the hands down in front of you, eventually get in a place of resistance and bowing the head down, breathe into the hip space. If you'd like to do any free movement here, maybe rocking side to side might feel good. Maybe some stillness. Just whatever it is, close the eyes and tune in. Couple more deep breaths here, allowing the connective tissue to slowly start to release. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk yourself up back to center. Slowly guide your knees back up to the center, extending the legs out in front of you. You can keep the feet flexed here or let them flop open. And then inhale, reach up one more time, and then exhale, folding forward into a wide leg or a staff fold. You can even place your hands on the bottom of the feet. Whatever feels good, just with a free movement. If you want to just keep the feet flopped open, if your hamstrings are super tight, you can even bend the knees a little bit. Breathing into the back side of the body. Back of the heart, the back of the rib cage, back of the throat. And then from here, roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming back into a cross-legged seated position. And then from here, inhale, arms overhead, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting to your left. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to twist. Warming up the spine here, so really feel the twist. Looking over left shoulder. Inhale, arms come back to center overhead. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Right hand on left knee. Left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Looking over right shoulder. Inhale, arms sweep back overhead. Here, pull the belly button to the spine to activate the core. Sit here for a moment and acknowledge and see how that feels to really turn on the core. So the pelvis floor kind of comes upward and belly button goes into spine. And the tailbone will naturally slightly tuck, but not too much. So even this right here is an engagement. So take an inhale here to lengthen, and then exhale, lean to your right side. With that same engagement in the core and the left bicep open. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to the other side. One last time. Inhale back to center. Exhale, slight back bend, looking up at thumbs. Back to center. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, coming over the knees, coming into your tabletop position. Setting yourself up here, so spread the fingers super wide. Setting your foundation. And shoulders over wrist, knee over ankle. From here, extend the right leg out behind you and lift the right leg. From here, find your balance point to lift the left arm. Take an inhale here, lengthen the spine. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open, placing the left hand down. Bend the right knee, open the hip, take some hip circles in one direction. Staying with your breath. And then reversing the direction. And on your next inhale, straighten the right leg out behind you. And then bring the right foot over to the left side so the inner arch of your foot comes down to the right side. Start to shift your hips back to your heels. Now you can stay here if this is enough, or you can come up onto the floor or come down onto the forearms. Breathe into the inner thigh area. See, and when we're in these deep stretches, see if you can even relax into it. So notice if you're holding any tension in any other parts of your body, see if you can release that even more. If you're more hypermobile and you need more tension, then maybe you need a little more activation. So if you're a little more hypermobile, maybe a little more flexible, you can even come into more of an engagement, maybe more of a hover. Just whatever feels better in your body today, but whatever it is, close the eyes and tune inward. Your next inhale pulls you back up to center, lifting the right leg, let it hover, and then extend it back out behind you. Inhale here, exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. And then inhale, place the right knee down. Setting yourself up for the other side, so extend the left leg out behind you, eventually lifting it and lifting the right arm. Find your balance. Create length in the spine, so from the top of the head to the tailbone. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to knee, round, feel the engagement in the core. Inhale, extend, one last time. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend the leg, placing the right hand down. Bend the left knee, open the hip, take your hip circles. Then reverse the direction. Feeling the glute activate, warming up the hips. Your next inhale, straighten the left leg out behind you, and then dropping the inner arch over to the left side. So you'll be able to see your left foot over to the left side. Bring your hips to your heels. If this is enough, stay here, or you can come down onto the forearms. Coming back to your breath in these moments. Inhale, slowly start to shift back up to center, lifting the left leg, extending it out behind you. Great leg from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, placing the left knee down. Now from here, tuck the toes if they weren't already tucked. And then inhale, start to lift the hips back and do a down dog. Now it's the first down dog of the day. So keep the belly to the thighs. The knees are bent here. You're walking it out, pedaling the feet out. Straightening one knee at a time. Allowing the hamstrings to really stretch out here. Or maybe you like to find some stillness and just sit here and slowly let the heels drop. Whatever it is, just tune in. Ride the rhythm of your own breath and close the eyes just for a moment here. Feeling the balance between your feet and your hands. Feeling the foundation in your hands. Your fingers are spread wide. Distributing the weight into your hands. You're not dumping into the wrists. And on your next inhale, slowly start to walk up to your hands. So feeling every step, back of the legs. Look to the top of the mat, bring the feet at hip width distance, grabbing opposite elbows, rocking side to side. Belly to thighs here, so unless your legs are already super open, keep the belly to the thigh, and then slowly the legs will start to release. On your next inhale, release the elbows, come into your halfway lift. Wherever that may be, maybe your fingers align with your toes, maybe your hands are on your shins. Exhale, folding forward. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, micro bend in the knees, start to roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Once all the way at the top, roll the shoulders up and down the back. And do that a couple of times. So pulling your shoulders up to your ears, rolling them down. Pulling them up, tensing them up, rolling down the back. Releasing any tension in the shoulders and the neck. I love this one because I always seem to pull my shoulders up to my ears when I get super tense. It's always a great way to release the shoulders. On your next inhale, come to center. Let the shoulders relax, opening palms, coming into your mountain pose. Slight bend of the knees, slight tuck of the tailbone, pulling the pelvis floor up, engaging the core. You can make any pose active, even just standing. Sitting in the car, you can create it active. So by the slight tuck of the tailbone, pulling the pelvis up, it engages the core. Pull the shoulders down the back. Come back to your intention. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms overhead, look up at thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward, coming forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Placing the right knee down. Coming into a low lunge. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Feel the stretch in the right hip flexor. On your next inhale, plant the hands back down. Lift the right knee. Step the left foot back into a down dog. Knees, chest, chin coming down to the mat. Inhale, roll yourself up into a cobra. In your cobra, roll your shoulders down the back, opening the chest. Slight engagement in the back of the legs. Tuck the toes, start to shift your weight back into a down dog. Staying with your breath here. Inhale, step your right foot forward, back forward. Drop the left knee, lift the chest. Lunge. On your next inhale, left foot will step forward to right. Come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, micro bend the knees, coming all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. Come back to your intention. Creating some heat here. Waking up every aspect of the body. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, looking up at thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend back, looking out. Exhale, folding forward. Plant the hands down. Step the left foot back. Coming into your low lunge, lift the chest, chin. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. Take an inhale here, and then on your exhale, step the right foot back into downward dog. Take a breath here. On your inhale, take an inhale here, and then exhale, place knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, roll yourself into cobra, roll the shoulders down and back. Exhale, lift the hips back into down dog. Your next inhale, step the left foot forward, place the right knee down. Looking up, chest up, chin up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close the eyes here and notice any of the heat maybe you created. Feel the circulation in your body. Feel your heartbeat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Bring palms to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Get the hands down. Step both feet back and do a down dog. And from here, bring big toes to touch. Inhale the right leg up. On your exhale, look at the place between your hands. Lunge your foot through. Once right foot is through, place the left knee down. Coming into your low lunge. Inhale, arms come overhead. Coming up out of the hip, coming into a 90-degree angle. Get comfortable here. Maybe place your hands on your thigh. Really feeling that left hip flexor. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Create length in the spine. Exhale, settle into your lunge, opening the chest, cactus arms. Feel the chest open. Inhale, come out of the hip, arms come overhead, lengthen the spine, come in your 90-degree angle. Exhale, settle in, cactus arms, opening the chest. Stay here and interlace the hands behind the back, pulling the shoulder blades together to really open the chest. Coming back to your breath. Inhale, come out of the hip, arms come overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Inhale, right arm comes up into a low lunge twist. You can stay here or lift the back knee. Staying with your breath. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the face. Your next inhale brings the right hand back down. If you have the back knee up, place it down. Hands frame the front foot. Take an inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, straightening the front knee. Maybe you can eventually lift the front foot, lift the right foot. Maybe you rock back and forth. Your next inhale brings your knee back over ankle. Placing right foot down the mat, lifting the back knee. Right foot meets left, coming into your plank. Feel your plank here. Feel your core turn on. And then on your exhale, take your yoga flow. Either place the knees down or come all the way down from plank. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, child's pose or downward dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Honor where you are. Your body's asking for a child's pose. So really look inward, take it. If you need more resistance, more of a challenge, come into downward dog. Either way, you're in the same mindset. You're in here to reflect and to look inward, to ground. If you're in child's pose, come back into downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. On your exhale, look at the place between your hands, lunge your foot through. Placing right knee down. Inhale, arms come up into your low lunge. Coming into your 90-degree angle here. Placing hands on thigh. You're not even putting pressure on your thigh, you're just placing your hands here. So you can really feel the stretch, feel the engagement in the legs. Inhale, arms sweep overhead, lengthen the spine. Exhale, cactus arms settle into your lunge. Inhale, come out of the hip, lengthening the back, hands overhead. Exhale, settle into the lunge, cactus arms, open the chest. From here, keep where you are, interlacing the hands behind the back, pull the shoulder blades together, opening the chest. On your next inhale, arms will sweep back overhead, coming out of the hip. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the left arm. If you want to lift the back knee, feel free. Either looking past your armpit or looking up at left hand. Wherever you are, find a focus point. On your next inhale, if the back knee is up, place it back down. Left hand comes down to frame the front foot. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, straightening the front knee. Maybe you rock back and forth, picking the toes up, straightening the front leg, bending it. Just an option of free movement here. Inhale, bring your knee back over ankle, tucking the back toes, lifting the right knee. Left foot meets right. Take your yoga flow. Whether that be from plank all the way down or you put the knees down. From here, come back into a child's pose for just a moment. Feel the opening of the legs. Feel the difference of your body from when you first started. On your next inhale, roll yourself back into a tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Lean back into your down dog. Bringing big toes to touch. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Stack the hips, stack the pelvis, opening the hip, bend the knee. So the shoulders are squared, but the hip is open. Your next inhale, square the hips off, coming forward, bringing knee to nose, shifting your weight forward to hover. Inhale, extend the right leg out behind you. On your exhale, look at the place between your hands, lunging your foot through. Now from here, coming into your high lunge, today your foundation, making sure your knees over ankle, engaging the core to where your arms can even hover here. And then inhale to sweep them up overhead. Coming up into your high lunge. Settle in here. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, cactus arms. Open the chest. Inhale, come out of the hips slightly, extending the arms overhead. On your exhale, exalt the hands behind you, leaning into that front foot. So you're leaning forward, but not letting your belly touch your thigh. You're exalting your hands behind you. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, settle in. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, exalt them behind you, leaning into that front leg. Inhale, sweep them overhead. Exhale, twisting over to your right, coming into a lunge twist. Find a focus point. Inhale, sweeps them back overhead. Exhale, open your hands up to the left, dropping the back heel, come into your warrior stance. Set yourself up here, keeping knee over ankle. Joints are always stacked. Roll the shoulders down the back. Strong warriors. And on your inhale, straighten the front knee, hands overhead. Exhale, settle in maybe a little deeper now. Inhale, hands overhead. Straighten the knee. Exhale, settle back in. One more time. Inhale, straighten the knee, hands overhead. Exhale, settle in. Back into the warrior, looking over your right fingertips, start to shift out of the hips, weight forward. Right hand comes to the inside of the leg, resting it either on the thigh, but try not to dump into that, or maybe you hover the hand, left hand exalts overhead. Feel the strength of your legs here. Maybe your left hand binds behind your back, opening the chest. Inhale, pulls you back to center. Exhale, left hand goes behind you on your leg or binds your back. Right hand exalts over. Keep that bend in that front knee. Looking up at right hand. Inhale, hands come back to open into warrior. Bring hands to heart space. Now from here, pivot your back foot back towards the front of the mat. From here, bring hands down to the mat. Extend them a little bit out in front of you. Maybe you you walk the back foot closer, bend in that front knee, and then kick the left leg up. Coming into a standing split. Find your balance. Maybe you raise your leg a little higher. Exhale, knee to nose, come into flamingo. Round the spine. Inhale, look out, extend the leg back out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it one last time. Go as high as you can, raising that leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, round. And then while you're here, the left foot is going to come in front of the right. So your legs are crossed here. If you need to keep the knees super bent, keep them bent. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So your legs are crossed here. Left foot is in front of right. Breathing into the IT band. On your next inhale, plant the hands down. Bend the knees, uncrossing the left to shoot it back out to standing split. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back out, but placing it down the mat, coming into your lunge. So you're in your lunge position here. Hands are rooted. Step the right foot back into plank and then take your flow. Coming back into a child's pose or coming into a downward dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Notice how one leg feels compared to the other. Take a sip of water if you need. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to your intention. This time is for you, so really utilize listening, feeling. Couple more deep breaths here, and then we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Inhale, shift your weight back up to center. Lift the knees, going back into your down dog. Bring big toes to touch. Inhale the left leg up. Open the hip, keep the shoulders square to the mat, and bend the knee. So you can look over your right and see your left foot. Letting the hip open here, maybe moving the knee up and down. Inhale, square the hips, pulling knee to chest, shifting forward. Exhale, extend it back out behind you. Inhale, look at the place between your hands, lunge your foot through. Setting yourself up for a high lunge here. So set your foundation. Spread the toes wide, engage the core. Maybe hover the hands here for a moment. See how that feels. And then inhale, sweep the arms overhead, coming into your high lunge. Checking your foundation, keeping your hips square to the front. Knee over ankle. Maybe try to straighten that back knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, cactus arms, settle in a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, hands overhead. Exhale, exalt the hands behind you, lean into that left foot. Finding all of your balance. Inhale, slowly, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, settle in. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, exalt, shift that weight into that left foot. Try to keep the belly off the thigh. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, twist to your left. Lunge, twist. Find a focused weight. Inhale, shift the hands back to center. Exhale, opening up to your right, dropping the back heel, coming into your warrior two. Check your foundation, roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, straighten the front knee, hands overhead. Exhale, settle back into your warrior, maybe a little deeper this time. Inhale, straighten the front knee, hands overhead. Exhale, settle back in. One more time. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, settle back into your warrior. Looking over, left fingertips, start to shift your weight out of the hips forward, following your left fingertips and then dropping your hand on the inside of your leg. Now you could keep your arm resting on your thigh, but try not to dump into that. Or maybe you let the hand hover and then the right hand comes overhead. Maybe you can bind the right arm behind your back. Open the chest here. Pull the shoulder down back. Inhale, unbind the arm if you have it bind, pulling you back up to center. Exhale, right hand comes behind you, left hand comes up. Going to stretch on the left side. Inhale, pulls you back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, pivot on that back foot, coming back into your lunge position. Find your balance. And then from here, hands come down to frame the front foot. Maybe walking the back feet in just a slightest bit. Hands are going to come out in front of your left foot. Bend the left knee and kick the right leg up. Standing split. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, knee to nose, flamingo. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Maybe raise that leg a little higher. Feel the glute turn on. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it one last time. Exhale, knee to nose. And then from here, take that right foot, cross it over your left. Coming into that IT stretch. You need to keep the knees bent here. Keep the knees bent. Maybe eventually the back of the leg slowly starts to release. But be where you are and listen to the body. If something is too much, back off. On your next inhale, come into a halfway lift. And if that even is just coming up onto the fingertips and looking out, that's enough, that's okay. Exhale, fold down. On your next inhale, uncrosses that right foot, extend it back out behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, one last time. Inhale, look out. Right foot comes down to the mat, coming back in that high lunge position. Plant the hands down. Step the left foot back. Take your flow. Breathe in a child's pose. Coming back to your breath. From your child's pose, start to roll up into a tabletop. And then you're going to roll onto either side of your hip. Just swing your legs out in front of you. Walking yourself up to the front of the mat. The knees are bent here. Spine is long. Extend the arms out in front of you. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time, slower than you would like, feeling the connection of each vertebrae to the mat. And then once you're all the way down, pull the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees, rocking side to side. Well, from here, grab the outer edges of the feet and open the knees, coming into your happy baby. Maybe you do peace fingers to the big toes or grab the outside of the arches. Breathe into your happy baby and breathe into the hip space. Maybe you straighten one leg at a time. Maybe you rock side to side, free movement, whatever feels good. And then from here, bring the knees back into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees, give them a little squeeze. And from here, extend the left leg down, so keeping the right knee in the chest. Open the right arm. Place left hand on the outside of your right leg and slowly guide it over to the left side, coming into a knee down twist. You can keep your head turned over to the left, but if you would like a full spinal twist, you can look over your right hand. Closing the eyes. Releasing any tension holding the body. Release the jaw. Release the brow. Maybe you can release the lower belly a little bit. Maybe you're holding a little tension in there. Inhale, pulls you back to center. Rolling back to center. Pull both knees into the chest. Straighten the right leg out. Open the left arm. And then guiding your left leg over to the right. You can place your right hand on your left leg. Inhale, pulls you back to center. Pull both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around, rocking side to side last time. And then releasing the legs, extending one leg out at a time. Coming into your final resting pose. Palms open, legs flopped open, holding no tension in the body. Shoulders away from the ears. Start to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle the toes and touch the fingertips. And when you're ready, pulling the knees into the chest, rolling onto either side to come back to the body. And when you're ready, with eyes closed, slowly sort of make your way into a cross-legged seated position to close the practice. Hands to heart space, bow the head. Thank you for taking this time for yourself to listen to the body of what it actually needs. When the mind is quiet, what does the body ask? Taking this feeling of peace into your daily life, you can always come back to this moment. Taking your green light and extending it out to someone who may need a little extra love, light, or support. I honor all of you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.